morning everyone. Hope you all are good and safe at home. Let's start the new topic in indefinite integration, which is partial fractions. It's an important topic, so please do it thoroughly. There are some rules that we have to follow to do the partial fractions questions. There are total 4 rules, but first of all we'll do the first 2 rules, and we'll do some questions based on these rules, and after that third rule and fourth rule we'll do one by one, and we'll do the problems related to those rules. So the very first rule, what it is saying, if the degree of numerator of a rational number is greater than or equals to that of denominator, then divide until remainder's degree less than that of denominator. First of all, if rational number is coming, that means a question of integration, indefinite integration, the question comes and the function is a rational number. If the function is a rational number, then first of all we have to check the degree of numerator. If the degree of numerator is greater than or equals to degree of denominator, in that case we have to divide first. In that case we have to divide first, just like in numbers, what you learned in junior classes. If we have 26 and we have here we have 25, so 26 divided by 5, that means 26 numerator is greater than the numerator's number, which is 26, is greater than that of 25, so we can divide. Either if it is 25, even then we can divide. But if it is numerator is 24, in that case we cannot divide. So here the same thing is he's saying, if the degree of, this is a case of numbers only, but in this case what it is he's saying, if the degree of numerator of a rational number is greater than or equals to that of denominator. So if the degree of numerator is greater than or equals to that of denominator, in case first of all we'll divide, and then after that we'll do the question. And the second rule is saying, to find the partial fraction. Now what do you mean by partial fraction? Corresponding to a non-repeated linear factor. So here we have to find the factors of denominator's function. We need to find the factors of denominator function to do the partial fractions, and if that factor, that linear factor is non-repeated, if that linear factor is non-repeated, then in that case what we'll do, put x minus a equals to 0, that means we'll find the value of x is equals to a, and we'll put this value everywhere except this, except in this equation. So we'll find x is equals to a and we'll substitute this value everywhere but except in that equation from which we have already find out that x is equals to a. So this is the very first rule, and this is the very second rule of a partial fraction. So first of all, remember this thing, that if a function is a rational number, then we need to check whether the degree of a numerator is less than or greater than or equals to that of denominator's degree. If it is less than, then directly we can make the partial fractions. Directly we can do that question with the use of partial fraction. But if the numerator's degree is greater than or equals to denominator's degree, in that case first of all we have to divide. After that division we need to apply partial fractions if it is possible in that question. Let's do some question, it will be more clarified to you about these rules. Now we have integral dx upon x square minus 16. Now of course it is a rational number because here is a numerator, there is nothing, that means it is 1. So in numerator constant function is there 1, and in denominator a variable function x square minus 16 is there. So of course constant, that means its degree is 0, so it's 0 and its degree is 2. Of course the it is lesser than, so we can directly do the partial fractions here. For partial fractions we need to calculate its factor, that means denominator's factor, and here it is already clear that one formula is applicable here, which is x square minus 4 square. It is a square minus b square. We know that a square minus b square is, it is a plus b and a minus b. Now we have two factors here, x plus 4 and x minus 4, and the second rule of partial fraction was that if we'll get factor, linear factor. Linear factor, that means x power should be 1. Here's x power is 1, here's x power is 1, and it is non-repeated. Here the first factor is x plus 4 and the next factor is x minus 4. Of course, the first factor and second factor, both the factors are different here. So now we'll apply the second rule here. Now what is that? What we'll do? 1 upon x plus 4 and x minus 4, equalize it a upon x plus 4 plus b upon x minus 4. Now what we are doing? We are just segregating it. A plus first factor plus b upon second factor. Now of course a and b we have taken by our own, so we'll have to find the values of a and b first. After that we can proceed. Now what is how can we find the value of a and b? After taking LCM, left hand side will remain as it is. In right hand side what we'll do? We'll take LCM. So it becomes a into x minus 4 plus b into x plus 4. Now what you are watching, that here's the denominator and here's the denominator. Left hand and right hand denominators are same, so we can cut it out. So what we'll get? 1 equals to ax minus 4a plus bx plus 4b. And here we can take x as common. After taking x as common, what we'll get inside? A plus b, and this is a constant, minus 4a plus 4b. This is a constant term. So what we are watching, now what we'll do, here's one term, that means this is the coefficient of x and this is a constant, because here x is not coming. That means if variable is not coming, that means that is a constant term. So now we'll compare the coefficients. How can we compare the coefficient? Here there is no coefficient of x. So can we write 0 into x? 0 into x, again it is 0. 1 plus 0 is equals to 1. Why we are doing this thing? Because we just now need to compare the coefficients. Now we are comparing the coefficients. Here's the coefficient of x is 0. And here's the coefficient of x is a plus b. And here constant is 1. And here the constant is minus 4a plus 4b. Now we have two equations. And we can apply any of the rule, either substitution method or elimination method. Any of the procedure you can apply and can find a and b. Here I am using substitution criteria. A is equals to minus b. So 1 is equals to minus 4 into minus b plus 4b. It becomes 8b. So b is equals to 1 by 8 and a is equals to minus 1 by 8. You are getting, I'm using substitution method here. After substitution, applying the substitution criteria, I'm getting b is equals to 1 by 8 and a is equals to minus 1 by 8. Now what we have done here, this is the value of a and b. We'll substitute here 1 upon x plus 4 into x minus 4 equals to, what is a? A is minus 1 by 8 whole upon x plus 4, and what is b? It is 1 by 8 upon x minus 4. And now we need to find its integral. But the function, we have already taken the function here, only the function here. What we did here, we took the function, we segregated it, and here we need the value of a and b. We find the values of a and b. Now we substituted the values of a and b. Now the question is in the terms of constant as well as one variable x, which is the given functions variable and constant. Now we need to find its integral. So if we just want to find its integral with respect to x, we need to apply the sign on both sides of integration. So now the question becomes easy. Here minus 1 by 8 is a constant. It can come out. So we have 1 upon x plus 4 dx, and here 1 by 8 again a constant. We can take it out, dx upon x minus 4. And what you are watching, that here it is in the form of 1 by x, again it is in the form of 1 by x. We can apply the formula if integration of 1 by x. What is that? It is log of x plus c. So we'll apply this very formula here. So it is log of, in place of x we have x plus 4 plus 1 by 8 log of x minus 4 plus c. Okay, now 1 by 8 can we take it as common? Now we have minus log of x plus 4 plus log of x minus 4 plus c. Now we can apply the property of log here. Log a minus log b. What is this? Log a upon b. It becomes 1 by 8 log of a by b, x minus 4 upon x plus 4 plus c. This is the solution of this question. So what we did, first of all we checked, because the function was a rational number, so we checked numerator's degree is lesser than denominator's degree. So what we did, first of all we find out the factors of denominator's function. After getting the factors, we'll apply the partial fractions criteria, and then we get the values of a and b. After substitution the values of a and b, we get the two segregated functions with plus sign, and after that its integration is possible with the help of this formula. 1 by x dx integration is log of x. So in place of x, here it is x plus 4, here it is x minus 4. Hope this question is clear to you. Let's do another question.